Now, the UK government has confirmed that face masks will no longer be legally required and distancing rules will be scrapped as part of the final stage of England's COVID lockdown roadmap. This move is being met with skepticism in other parts of the continent, especially in Germany. DW's Thomas Sparrow joins me from Berlin. Now, Thomas, most restrictions will be lifted soon in England. How has that decision been received in Germany?
Plans to lift most of England's coronavirus restrictions, and that includes face masks and social distancing, have strengthened a debate here in Germany about when and how to ease restrictions, especially at a time when there are worrying variants. The German health minister, for instance, has said that lifting coronavirus restrictions here will depend on increasing the number of vaccinated people. And he has warned that wearing masks, especially indoors, will still be a rule here in Germany in the autumn and in the winter. German leaders are particularly cautious nowadays, given last year's example, a summer with low case numbers, followed by a spike in autumn and a return to restrictions.
Well, Thomas, since vaccination seems to be the key in dealing with this pandemic, how is that going? I mean, the vaccination in Germany.
More than 50% of Germans have now received at least one dose and 40% are fully vaccinated. Lawmakers have warned that around 85% need to be vaccinated in order to have so-called herd immunity. And although Germany has indeed improved its vaccination rollout compared to the first few months of the year, when the rollout was plagued with problems, there are now reports that vaccination appointment cancellations are piling up at vaccination centres and that essentially more persuading needs to be done in order to get even more people to get the coronavirus jab.
So essentially, what restrictions are there still in place in Germany? Are people now leading what you call a normal life as we used to, perhaps?
Germany has to a large extent reopened, especially after those very hard winter months. So for most Germans, there is a certain return to normality, but with clear guidelines. For example, in order to sit indoors in a restaurant here in Berlin, people need to present a negative antigen test or proof of vaccination or recovery. They don't need such a test if they go shopping, but there are restrictions on the number of people that can shop in one place at the same time. And customers do need to wear masks. Public events are also allowed again, but with clear restrictions, and cultural venues such as museums and galleries are also open again. This, however, is not the case for clubs. So all in all, a cautious reopening with lots of measures to take into account.
Thomas Sparrow there. Thomas, thank you very much for those details all the way from Berlin.